Okay, we are going to create a multiple choice item in Illuminate. To get here, I had to go to my navigation bar, click on Assessments. We are going to click on Create Assessment, even though we may only be creating a single item in the item bank. And it does take a minute for Illuminate to transition over to that platform, so it might spin for a second. And then I'm going to choose Item. And it drops me here with the ability to begin creating really any question type. I'm just starting with multiple choice. And to save us some time, I've already developed one. So I actually went into the Smarter Balanced Release test questions and grabbed a question and copied and pasted the stem of the question here into the box. So you can type whatever question that might be here in the box. You have some options to bold and italicize. You could insert images or even videos or audio here. So you have the ability to edit this text, and then you can click save when that's done. And then you have the ability to go in and give the answer choices. So I've typed in the 4 that they gave on the release test questions. If I had more options, then I could add a choice and it would add another option here for me, which it's going to do. Or let's say that I only had 3 options for students to pick from and I needed to delete an option, then I would simply come over and hit remove choice. It's going to ask me, are you sure you want to do that? Yes, I am. So I'm back to my 4 choices. Now I just need to choose the correct answer. I'm gonna just say that it's A for now for the purposes of this video. And then I can hit save. And again, it's gonna save my answer choices. Now, if I was working with a team building a CFA, we would begin building an exemplar for this question and creating rationale, thinking through why would students answer what could be possible misconceptions. If the correct answer is A, what would be the rationale for a student answering B? Where might they not quite fully understand and be the reason that they chose B instead of A? And those would go into a rationale. Or I could even create a rubric. At this point though, I'm just gonna go ahead and leave my multiple choice question. I've selected my answer and I'm gonna go to step 2. Here's where I'm going to decide, is this going to be a question that is public? So that means I've created it. I think it's a great question, and anyone who uses Illuminate could add that question to their item bank. I'm only going to share it maybe with our school district for those in our district who would like to utilize it maybe for a CFA or for an end of unit assessment, or am I just going to keep it to myself? I can just hit none and that's fine. I'm going to come down and decide, is this only available online, so can teachers and students only access this as an online question, or can we make it for paper and web? I try my hardest to make them for both as often as possible. I do know my depth of knowledge, mark that. I'm kind of scrolling through these really quickly. We don't have to answer all of these. I really just am looking for the most important ones. If this was a math question, am I allowing a calculator with this? We really need to think about what does SBAC allow and align that allowance for a calculator with SBAC's terms. Same thing with some of these other math tools, but if their students are allowed to use them on SBAC, then we should make sure that they're here for them when we give them assessments so that they can practice as well. I'm going to go ahead and add my SBAC claim. Conduct research, there we go. Did I see anything here? Conduct research, there we go. Just missed it, that's all. And then I did get my DOK. I'm looking, yes I did. That's sufficient for the details of the question. I also want to make sure that I link the standard so that when I'm looking at my data, I have the correct standard attached to this question. So I'm going to go CCSS, ELA, this is a 3rd grade question. So now I have linked my standard. If this particular question that I was building was, say, I've found a passage and in the item bank it came with 2 questions But instead of finding another passage for my students to read, I just wanted to add one more question that addressed a different standard. And here is where I'm building that question. Then I could link the passage that this question goes to here. I don't currently have a passage to do that with, but this is where you would do that. And then I'm going to preview my question. So this is what my question looks like at the moment. I want to make sure that for the most part it is correct, because it's difficult to edit things once we have published them. I have a master ID down here. That's what I highlighted because that's what I am going to note, especially if I build all my individual items first and then go to build an assessment. I want to write down really fast all of the individual master IDs so it's quick and easy when I build the assessment. And then I'm going to publish my item. So I'm going to click publish. And here is my multiple choice question that I could add to any assessment that I would like to. If for some reason I found a mistake, I needed to edit the question, then from here I can check through all of this. As you see, there's no revisions at this point. I can create a revision to this question. It's going to pull up all of the information on the question, and let's say I had chosen the wrong answer choice. Now I can select the correct answer choice and hit save. And all of the details of the question should still be there. DOK2, yep. So at this point I know I just needed to change the answer choice, and I can republish the question. And that's how you build a multiple choice question in the Illuminate item bank.